So you've had, what a fan I am of yours, and you've had so many great records. And I was just listening to your new album, and I mean, this isn't just a average. Okay, I want to go cut some songs kind of thing. I mean, you have just great musicians. Seems like you really pulled from a lot of people that you admire, musicians, singers, and songwriters. What really inspired you to? I mean, this is an undertaking.
I've been wanting to do this album of old folk songs for at least 25 years or more. And as the years went by, I'd bring it up, and nobody's interested. And then as I got older, then nobody was really interested in recording an old fart. They wanted younger people. So, but I've really I'm so in love with old folk songs. Uh, and doing this album of old folk songs is not a departure for me because all of my first hits were folk songs.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit City is just, if you dig just below the surface, you'll come up with the record of John B.,
Mm-hmm.
which is I want to go home, I want to go home, I feel so broken up, I just want to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, following that was 500 Miles Away from Home,
Right.
which is 500 miles away from home.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wrote a new set of lyrics to it. And then, of course, Four Strong Winds was an out-and-out folk song. It was written by Ian Tyson, and it was a semi-folk hit by them back when folk was big.
Hmm.
Um, and Miller's Cave has all the earmarks of a folk song. So there you go.
How'd you get hooked up with Buddy Miller? I love his picking.
I was doing a thing over at the CMA at the Ford Theater
Mm-hmm.
one day, and Buddy was on the show, and I guess that's how I met him.
Cool.
But I know his history,
Mm-hmm.
and he's remarkable. He knows. I thought I knew everything there is to know about country music and music, but I can't hold a light to Buddy Miller. He knows everything. He's got the records.
Yeah.
He's got the records, and he has a passion that nobody else has. And I really wanted to work with him on this album, and it turned out really, really to be the right decision because Buddy brought with him most of Robert Plant's band, bass player and Marco on the drums.
Sounds great.
And it was just a pleasure. Buddy Miller he reminds me so much of Chet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he can sit down and get a feel, which is what we were going for.
Mhm.
What I was going for is the feel on the record. And you can sit down and sing about a verse, and he's got that feel. And everybody follows him with him
Mm-hmm.
because they know exactly what he likes, and his taste is impeccable.
Well, you're not shy about playing either. I see you played acoustic on quite a few of these things. I'm sure my guess would be he encouraged you to do that just to get your feel too.
Well, I'm sitting right in the middle of them
Uh-huh.
playing the guitar. I've got Shel Silverstein's guitar also.
Oh, man.
And I'm playing Shel's guitar, and Buddy was right on my left, and the drums were on my right, and I was right in the middle of them. That's the same way I did that album, Lullabies, Legends, and Lies. I just got right down
cool.
the middle of them, and you get the feel. That's the only way you can get the feel. You cannot get it by putting down a scratch vocal.
Right.
That's not the way you do it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way a lot of people do it, and it works.
Right.
But for me, what really works is sitting with the band and everybody feeling the same thing.
Mm-hmm.